Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. In this video we're gonna showcase the incredible run from Mrmccalvin during our Christmas Brawl, the Metropolis Cup that took place at the beginning of December. So this was a custom meta made by myself and by DJnius89, other admin and very close friend of mine. The picks that you could choose from were very restricted, but also very neutral, with two-way matchups between each other. So we have Beedrill, we have Mew, we have Cresselia, we have Tangrowth with a nice coverage for Beedrill, for example. We have Mrmccalvin, Lapras, Dragonegg, Gyarados, Empoleon, Quillfish, Isuya, Munchlax, Frostlass, and so on. Milotic also very nice neutral Pokemon in the show 6. I say welcome to Mrmccalvin, whose team is this one. So introduce yourself and spend some words on your team and tell us more about your choices.
Hey, so first, thanks for hosting me on the stream here or the video. I'll go over my main guidelines in the team that I created. So first, when I went over the meta, it's not a very big one. So I think it should be easier to identify the core mons in this one. And the first thing that came to mind is definitely Empoleon. It has a unique typing, and it really beats a lot of the top meta, a lot of other things that should be in, the mons that you used to see in more open metas like Cresselia or Frostlass. It has good play or convenience win versus Frostlass, and also the steel typing, of course, really helps, and it's the meta is lacking steel types, I think, other than Empoleon. And also it has a great farm down potential versus many other things. So first, I knew that I must pick Empoleon, and also that's probably almost anyone else gonna do the same, which I think actually was kind of true. I think more than 50% of the players picked it. And then also, like, there's no too many real counters. So one is the Galvantula, but it's really not good versus the rest of the top meta, like Aurorus or Frostlass or Munchlax or Dragonair. Yeah, all of them should win Gal conveniently. So that's also why I didn't pick Gal myself. And the other thing that I actually kind of, in retrospect, was kind of, I think that I missed on is Dragonair. It's actually in retrospect, a very good pick that I missed on first sight. It's very good versus Empoleon. It gets to the charge move faster and beats it conveniently. And on the other hand, it doesn't have too many crazy bad matchups. So both regular and Shadow could be very good picks. And after this, I said, all right, let's stick to the top meta. I used PvP Poke, of course, for some analysis, and decided to go first with Cresselia and Munchlax. Both have good plays versus Empoleon, and also versus most of the monsters in this cap. So I thought it also a must-have for me. Next is the Frostlass. Kind of annoying that it loses to Dragonair, but it's a very flexible ice type. It also has it's loses to Empoleon, but it has play. It can get into the red, at least in the most scenarios, and very flexible in general. So the next thing I took is Aurorus. It's also, I think it was ranked very high on PvP Poke for a good reason, at least on paper. But when you get to play the meta, you realize that you see very few picks along the way, and Aurorus wasn't really good versus most of them. but it still had its play despite this. So yeah, it was still pretty okayish. And last one that I actually think was a bad pick for me was Cast from Normal. So actually, I was planning to take Electivire, Shadow Electivire at first, and in the very last moment, I decided to switch it after consulting with a friend. But Cast actually loses the Empoleon despite the grass coverage move, and not really convincing versus the other top monsters in the meta. So actually, I didn't use it until the very final round, where it actually came in very handy for one battle. But yeah, I didn't really like it. In retrospect, I take probably Dragonair over Castform. And yeah, that's the team.
Yeah, Dragonair definitely was a true menace in the meta, because the strongest counter was probably Cresselia, which was very present in many players' teams, but a double shielded Dragonair can force switch basically against the entire Metropolis meta. The one thing that I forgot to highlight is that for this tournament, every player was allowed to change moveset between rounds, both for the first phase and for the second phase. So the first phase was just a Swiss bracket, Sith style tournament, and the second phase was a KO knockout phase with the top 8 from the first stage. So these rules kind of allow the players to be more dynamic and more flexible, and as we can see, we will see some examples in action. If I give a look at your team, I can definitely see that you played against Frostlass Bench Pressure in order to discourage Frostlass from your opponents, because Aurorus has access to Meteor Beam. The mirror is not a comfortable mirror because it can be one shot. Normal cast form usually with Hex with a very strong counter, but with Cycle definitely can be easily killed by Frostlass. But Empoleon is usually a decently reliable counter to Frostlass, despite taking a lot of damage from Shadow Ball. But if Empoleon shields and pumps down, it's able to put a lot of pressure and take shields back from the opponent. And Mooncraft with Leap is, of course, a nice counter. But if I look at your team, I see 2 normals, one steel type, one water steel, and one rock type, and the mirror. I don't think I'll ever use Frostlass against you. But yeah, another thing that I can see from your team is that, at least on paper, it seems quite weak to Empoleon. So I'm very curious to see how you decided to adapt after all of your opponents had Empoleon. It's gonna be nice to have a look. And also worth mentioning, Mrmccalvin just secured the first prize with $150. I haven't mentioned it, but yeah, it was really worth mentioning it. The nice money prize for this tournament that we usually host once in 3 or 4 months at our community. So let's have a quick look at the first phase results that we are not showing for the sake of the time. But so we can see that actually you didn't place first, but still was definitely enough, because you were just required to place within the top 8. Aspercelto left, winning against me in final, and I didn't secure the top 8 for that reason. So you actually had to face Artavia, Joao Victor, and Aspercelto, managing to beat all of them. So well done. But yeah, sorry everyone for the spoiler, but of course if we are showcasing Mrmccalvin's battle, it means that actually he won. So let's have a look to the table Oh, there is some. What happened? Let's have a look at the table. Okay, here we go. So actually, Mrmccalvin, you pays Hartavia. Okay, yeah. Then Joe Victor, then Aspracelto, and then Joe Victor, who climbed up back from the losers bracket, and then he got the bracket reset. Then you managed to have the best on him. So I can't wait to see those battles, especially the last 10. It's gonna be very, very interesting. So let's go with the first battles against Artavia. That's his team, and these are the videos. So some words before starting with the battles. So if we look at his team, of course the CPs are not the real ones, but yeah, if you look at these teams, what can we say about any potential safe Pokemon that you want to use? I can see Empoleon very good, of course.
So yeah, first it doesn't have one of the two direct answers to Empoleon that I mentioned in the beginning, which I think the only really reliable counters. I mean, probably Hypno is Thunder Punch, but it's still. I mean, Empoleon shields up, gonna have a nice place versus this team, and also the lack of Frostlass gives nice play for Cresselia. I think it's before Dusclops got the new move, so it may only have like the weak Shadow Punch as real Shadow move. So that's obviously the first two that come to mind that I'm probably gonna play all the 3 games, if I recall correctly. And also, yeah, no Dragonair, no real need to bring the Ice types. They don't bring much value, so to be honest, I don't remember at the moment, but I assume I go mostly Cresselia, Empoleon, and Munchlax as a versatile mon.
Yeah.
Two normal ones, probably go with Tackle and try to avoid the Dusclops with... Yeah,
but in any case, I think Dusclops is not that dominant against Munchlax, even if Munchlax has Tackle, because, I mean, of course we are expecting Dusclops to have a return, but still, I think Dusclops doesn't KO the Munchlax with 2 return, maybe just barely. I can't figure out off the top of my head. But yeah, we will have a look at the battles and we see how they go. Okay. So the lead is not great.
Not great, but obviously Empoleon a very nice safe swap. At most, that's gonna be a Fire Punch, the Shadow Punch, and not much to worry about. And the fact that it has only Hex, also like he cannot farm me down. He needs to throw for the 3rd time.
Yeah.
And
also,
I stole the clock.
I can see that the Dusclops is not purified, so that means actually your Munchlax or your normals are gonna have a better time against it.
So I wonder what he can have other than his own Empoleon, because again, no real answer. Like maybe Munchlax with Lick could be an okay safe just to try to maintain alignment. But yeah, no real answer. Maybe he could have swapped in his own Empoleon after some cheap damage to preserve the alignment. But it's not a. It doesn't have much to do with my own Empoleon, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that Empoleon survives with 1 HP. Yeah, now it's gonna come down to the bait mind games.
So yeah, I think 2 shields up. He can.
He can go straight.
Can reach close combat and win this one.
Yeah. So your weakness here is actually not a shield. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only chance. Probably he is too good of a player not to go straight close combat. So
yeah. I mean, your only condition was just hoping them were baiting. So definitely.
so I figured out his plan to have shields up for Xanagus. So going forward, I'm really gonna try to keep up my shields as long as I can.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, that's really nice. That's the best matchup I have for Empoleon. So
I think I haven't sped up the battles. Yeah. Okay. This is a neutral matchup, of course. With when shields are up, Empoleon has a better matchup against Cresselia, but you should still be able to win this.
Yeah, it's a convenient matchup still, and also it means that my own Empoleon is free for whatever he has. So I just plan not to shield it, and it's really good for me that he decides not to shield as well.
Yeah, Empoleon says pop clearly because you don't have anything.
That's a very obvious bait, but no reason to call it because because both monsters have far enough potential, so that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, at this point, to be fair, you can just exactly. You can just tackle down the rest of their team with
Actually, I decided to throw. Probably not needed, but I.
All right. Still doing three waterfalls. Two waterfalls is actually great. Now you can just tackle down. Yeah. You can even let it go at this point. It will not be.
Yeah. So this time he went for the same plan, but I came with more fast move pressure, and that worked better for me. Let's see if he goes for the same plan for a third time.
Okay. Looks like the same leads. First game.
So the fact that he decided to shield this time, I know that he probably, there's a good chance that he actually doesn't have Zangoose, and otherwise he wouldn't shield here.
Yeah. No, you built up a lot of energy with your own.
So yeah, after landing the second one, I can let it go.
Yeah, this one you can just keep the shield for Mantra to be able to use. Okay. Yeah, your Crusader is still very healthy.
Yes. This time it's pretty. This time it's too straightforward. Not much that he can do here because it doesn't have any nuke or something like this.
Yeah, even if they catch, you're gonna still win because your Crusader is healthy enough, and it will be able to reach a grass knot to close the game out. Expecting the catch at some point. Probably just surrendered. Okay, well played. Well done in adapting to his playing style. So now actually we are. Oh, there's still the Batavia team. So now we have to battle against Draw Victor for the first out of 3 times in the second phase, while Aspercelto won his first round against New Boy, and he's gonna face Enzuch. So let's go to the round 2. But first, of course, I want to talk about the teams. So let's have a look at his team. Let's deselect this view.
So right off the bat, his team is much harder for me. First, he has this Dragoner, which I think with the right alignment, he can wreak havoc to my team. And in Poland itself, and also Mew is very flexible. It can actually run things like Rock Slide or Grass Knot or Grass Knot is not really helpful here, but it can actually run Rock Slide for the ice and borderline one shot even with shields down. So and actually, if I recall correctly, he changed the moveset on Mew at least once over the multiple phases that we had.
Rounds. Yeah.
Yes. And I really expect the Dragoner a lot, and I think it's gonna be hard to have a good alignment. I really need to come up with the right lineup in this case.
Yeah, just you have to hope you're not losing the lead hard, but I'm seeing a Thunderbolt of Aurorus to be pretty nice. Might be very interesting. But
Exactly, Aurorus can be very nice, assuming Melodic is not going wild and running water fast move. Then he can have
might
play.
make sense actually, because Waterfall Melodic seems nicer than Dragon Tail version, just because you can hit Aurora most perfectly. All the other matchups should be unchanged. But yeah, let's see how this first game goes.
Alright, so that's really nice to catch the Dragoner here.
Yeah. So you can just play the Zero Shield safely. And
it's the best matchup that I have for it.
It lets it go, which is great.
At this time, I really don't care about Dragoner. Here was kind of annoying that he got the
1 turn lead.
The 0 turn, and I get the 1 turn. But I think that
they still have to throw something.
Yeah, that just means that it's not going to be CMP based. It's going to win the matchup now.
Yeah. You might be able to cycle cut down.
Yeah, I think that actually that one waterfall could have made a difference in this case. But let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. One extra waterfall from this sneak would have been enough.
So now I know that it's pretty much a lost cause. I can try to catch, but now not even shielding the first move. Now it's really a lost cause. I mean, even if I catch here perfectly, he can probably no bubble and calm down a little.
Yeah. He also waited 1 turn. Because you couldn't catch.
Yes.
It looks like you waited 1 turn.
Yeah, that didn't work, and that game is probably 1-0 for him.
Yeah, he overframed really well.
Maybe I could go straight future sight, and then I have more chance of maybe farming down. Not really. Still, that doesn't do enough.
It was really tough in any case. I think it was just team comp driven game, and probably things would have changed if you had managed to have a substantial energy lead with Celia without having to spend the shield against Napoleon.
Yeah. Also, it was kind of unlucky that we switched on the same time to Poland, because that was kind of a random alignment for me.
Yeah,
if it was right. Okay. This is also fine. So I ran future side because like I don't really need I know it's a little more that was very poor timing on my side.
Yeah, you were desynced, so it was harder than normal to adjust the timing because he was.
So it's 5 more energy, but it's still doing enough to almost the same damage I think as Moonglass, and it can easily beat down the Dragonair. So it just does more neutral damage to anything else.
Okay. Yeah, so now you're shielding because of course you want to align your Aurorus on.
And now that's really good for me.
Okay, yeah, you definitely have switch.
I really decided to go strong anti-Frostlass, and that's worked relatively well.
You know you cannot catch, otherwise Dragonair is gonna hit very very hard with Octotail. If you're gonna catch now, you have the shield in any case. You're gonna outpace it to do double move.
Yes, and get the shield from Frostlass with the nuke, and then I have the move stored.
Yeah, I think in fact his main condition now is that you're gonna bait. Okay, there's your shield. Maybe they are hoping they're gonna double up, but actually
that was kind of unneeded because I have the charge move loaded and I win CMP.
Win CMP time. Yeah, he was just hoping you to luck one turn. But yeah, in this kind of tournaments, we actually give that win to you if you lag one turn when you have the charge already. If you win CMP time, so yeah, it was solid read. 1-1.
That's a very important rule. Personally, I faced a situation before in other tournament where I lost the battle just because of such bug. So that's a very important rule, and I'm glad that you have it applied.
Yeah, at least for in-house tournaments, there's no reason why we shouldn't.
Yep, I agree.
Third game. Okay, this is not good.
That's awful. And here I was thinking to myself that's it. Like I'm going to the losers bracket because probably gonna have Dragonair in the back and I'm screwed. But to my surprise, Dragonair doesn't show up.
Well, after you went with the Aurorus, it was maybe kind of scared. So it makes sense. Now Robictor shields the first one, double shield.
So it means that he probably has Frostlass in the back because he really likes Frostlass.
Okay,
right. He actually had grass.
Undercharge a little bit in order to gain some more energy. I expect a double rock slide now. Maybe, yeah, he definitely had rock slide grass knot from the worlds, from the Silph worlds. In Glacial, it was new with rock slide and grass knot. Now, yeah, it's still one shield.
Yeah, but it's still pretty tricky. Here, I decided not to call a bait because it's only one turn and it was a good call. Now, I need, of course, for him not to catch going forward, and I should beat him by one fast move.
Yeah, but you guys are still locked.
Yep, you're right.
It's still 30 seconds to the timer reset.
If he went straight Avalanche, I think he would have made it to nuke the Cresselia. So I was really lucky that he went straight Shadow Wall.
Yeah. Solid game. Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah. So you definitely had to thank him for not bringing the Dragonair in this game, but you know you have two ice types, and you have a Cresselia which had not revealed the future side yet in the previous game. I think. right? Am I right? You hadn't revealed the secret site in the game too.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I went straight to Rust Note is to not reveal it.
Yeah.
But I was still kind of surprised not to see it, and that actually gave me the game, or the option to win the game.
Also, if you had gone with Cresselia Safe Swap, you would have had Mew, and would have been a terrible loss for you. So definitely, baiting out the Mew with Empoleon was the winning play for you.
That was a very surprising win, for me at least.
Yeah, well, we lose for team comp, but we also win for team comp. We win because our opponents play less better than us, and vice versa. We take the win in this case. We are very happy to take it. So now, actually, if we have a look at the table again, so we move up, we move on. We have Aspercelta, who won the round 2 against Enzuch. But now, we already know that you won 2-1, but we are very curious to see how the games will play out. So this is still draw victor, so just bear with me when I... Okay, so you can start talking about the team while I find the videos from the next battle.
So first, in those tournaments it's almost always 2-1, right? Because the level is so high. So in this case, we can see for the first time the Beedrill, the Shadow Beedrill. So that's the main difference compared to the previous team. And Beedrill is tricky. It of course has a nice play versus Cresselia mainly, but it needs baiting to win Empoleon, and it's not consistent. So just need to call right in those circumstances, and if you do it, you can, or me, I can be in a very positive position to win if I'm able to call bait or shield the drill on with Empoleon. And I actually considered for a second running even Confusion on Cresselia just for the Beedrill, but then it's gonna lose hard to Empoleon, so I kind of gave up on this idea. But I really expect the Beedrill to be here because it's flexible and it has play. It can even beat Frostlass theoretically if you bait. That's not really happening in practice, but it has a good play versus the other ones that I'm going to bring.
Yeah, so let's have a look at how you ended up playing first game. Okay, decent lead. If they have tackle, you're in a better spot, of course. They have leaf, which is nice because now, since you hadn't revealed the Munchlax, you can safely run leak as well, which is now the safest moveset for you on your Munchlax.
Yep. Also, it means that if I run tackle, I also can very hard win this one. So it's also both options are nice. Just need, of course, be aware of with Frostlass and Cresselia. I think that tackle and that was a nice catch by the way. I think tackle and league does the same damage because tackle gets the same tap attack bonus, but is resisted by the type. So I think both do actually the same damage.
Yeah, I think league in this case it's just for just not to get walled by Frostlass. But yeah, there are pros and cons to those. At this point, I guess you can just do waterfall down.
Yeah, that's the perfect
amount of
HP
health.
to waterfall down.
Okay, but switch at the same time.
Yeah, great minds think alike, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so just hope doesn't have too much fast move pressure here.
Yeah, if they have Dragon out, of course you lose, but yeah, but luckily for you, you double resist the powder's nose. So at this point, you just Okay. I think
Yeah.
now you don't really need it for anything. You can just straight partner it down. Okay, solid income. I'm wondering whether Afrosilto will run Dragonair in the second game in order to stop your Empoleon to go up.
Yeah, I really like the ice that kind of scared Dragonair, but it's not gonna hold it for too long because it's really good versus all the other options other than Rose. I mean, even versus Munchlax, it has plays with shield up and it wins CMP and gets to the shuttle at the same time, so it really can go with Dragonair all 3 games, in my opinion.
Now this is worth a shield.
So yeah, I kind of thought I can farm down afterwards. I think if I recall correctly the numbers, then it's exactly like I can farm down exactly when he gets to the bosses.
But they die with the move. So now after this field pack, Milotic is in Grass Knot range.
Yeah, no reason to stay in this matchup. I can preserve Empoleon if he has a Beedrill or Frostlass in the back. So double water, interesting strategy in here.
Double water fall to.
But I still don't think that's Milotic. Yeah, I still don't think that Milotic is. I mean, yeah, if you want to target the Auroras, then sure, but I'm not sure it's the first thing I'm going to bring. But again, he got a very nice farm down. And I get out of the way so he cannot switch because we're unaligned. Then I'm probably going to shield and farm down. And
yeah, we already know that they don't have cross off the one. They just have a 1 HP Milotic. Dive for the tackle thing. Okay. I wasn't counting, so I don't know how much energy that Empoleon had.
It just threw two Hydro Cannons back to back.
Okay, so it was dry.
Yeah, it was close to dry.
Okay, so 2-0, but we are still seeing third one.
All right, so this one, of course, starts way worse.
Yeah, not great.
So kind of thought maybe we can get some heavy damage of this Frossos right away. Not really the smartest catch because I really need Empoleon for other things. Now he can lick me down.
Yeah, but after this Hydra and the waterfall in the the shield, which sounds nice because I mean which definitely makes sense on their end because
and now we're again in this baiting game, and I call it wrong. And again now maybe gonna throw another body slow, but it is now in a very commanding position. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So process is too healthy.
Yeah, you have to throw against it, and
yeah, and I just even 2 shoots up, I'm not gonna make it.
Even because you already chipped down. So now you are definitely in 1 Hydra kind of range.
Okay.
I like the shield on Munchlax because on their end they really wanted to give more health to Munchlax in order to deal super effective damage to the leaks of Cresselia. So the healthier the Munchlax, the harder it is to. But yeah, this just barely actually. Oh,
Yeah, he lagged here in the end, but
okay.
he should have had the move like
Okay. Okay, so
4 turns ago.
okay, so you give it the win, and it'll be 2-1.
Yeah.
Fair play from Mrmccalvin. And now, if we go back to the matchup table, you can see that now you have to face Draw Victor again, who won against Mrmccalvin in the losing bracket. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
And he had the hardest team for me, in my opinion. So that's gonna be very challenging.
Yeah, that was terrible. The will assist to the bracket reset. Competition is gonna be fierce. So
yeah. Also, Joe Victor is a very technical player. He knows to wait the turns when he needs to and do the catches on a very precise moment. So that's going to be a very challenging one, and probably going to get some of my moves landing on the wrong ones.
Yeah, you're definitely going to need some luck against these great players if they have a better team comp than you. It's really hard to overcome bad team comps when the quality is really high on both ends.
So again, that's an overall nice start.
Definitely like this. Our
really would be happy to get rid of the Empoleon, but he probably knows this. So at least on some occasions, he's gonna preserve the Empoleon. I'm not sure in game one.
Expecting a shield. Yeah. You can actually win the ones. And just shoot once and would have put down.
So here I think to myself, all right, I get rid of Empoleon, so maybe Horus can go wild in the back. So let's preserve the shields for him. But then I see this melodic, and I know I'm screwed. So very nice plan in this case on his side. Now I don't have much to do with this situation, even with shield up.
Okay, actually now you can just shield and pop it down.
Because
so close. Yeah, it's really close.
Now, even with Dragonair, gonna be hard because he can just bring in the Empoleon, and I will have to throw. Yeah, and I have this Thunderbolt this time because I was like planning for those double water, but it's the worst move that I could have in this instance, and it's it's a loss. So starting not very well. Also another catch just to spice things up. But it didn't really matter. Like it was a win anyway.
It was still very close, with a couple of hot moves that changed everything.
Because I know that Thunderbolt is not good. It's not strong enough to nuke the Frost, and fast move is resisted. So if I had Ancient Power or Meteor Beam, it would have been closer for sure.
Okay, another decent lead. They replay from the first game.
Yeah, it's eventually it becomes kind of a mind game. Like we use the same ones so many times, so how are we gonna play differently this time? So
I'm expecting he might be weak to Horus in the back, maybe a Dragonair. But the post are just
I was kind of surprised of the shield, because you should know I have this Empoleon, but still like a
shield. Know that they're gonna tank this. Oh, yeah, just barely.
Yeah, that was so frustrating. That 1 HP.
Yeah. Oh.
Look at this.
Wow. Yeah. That's a very unexpected moveset change.
Yeah. And here maybe he got like Dark Pulse or something like this. I can't recall. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's terrible. Basically just kills 90% of your team.
So yeah, Orst, I mean it was neutral for Mew, but still didn't have much to do with in the back, and now he has so much energy, so it really depends on his other charge move.
Okay, that's the level of life. So.
Yeah, so he preserved the Rock Slide, and that's the win for him.
Yeah, I think it just that Froslass surviving with 1 HP was so flat for him. Otherwise, I think he would have won the game. Really unfortunate.
So probably I should have gone straight to Empoleon versus Froslass, and I had more chance in this instance. But to be honest, I was really surprised by the Mew and especially the moveset.
Well, yeah. It definitely no one that's seen it coming. Don't blame me.
I think that's the same game. No, never mind. I just changed the volume twice. Okay, so he makes very good calls so far, but I'm really happy to have the alignment with Dragonair. And I guess it banked on me benching the Aurorus, which is exactly what I did, but still Munchlax has very nice play versus Dragonair, and then I can have the Empoleon to deal with the rest of the team. Hopefully not. I'd really be surprised if he brings both Mew and Dragonair and bench Process after liking it for like literally every game that we played. I might be wrong, but let's see.
At this point, they play just for their fall down, unless they switch out.
Yeah, so actually they switch up.
Yeah, with a substantial energy advantage, you should be able to deal with this melodic. Also, you have a pretty healthy Cresselia. So, yeah, I believe Melodic has to throw twice in order to take it down, and now it's in second up range. So you can just wait for this Melodic to dry up.
I think that's not the right switch in here, but it doesn't do too much, so I can still win this one. I can pretty much. I think also I could just farm it down, even with Psycho Cats and 1 Waterfall. That should be enough.
Yeah, the guaranteed sneak. Gonna be game. Even it actually was closer than I expected.
Yeah, I kind of threw the child move that wasn't necessary. That gave him more a closer chance to win.
So we are 2-1 for him. So 1 more win for Joe Victor to reset the bracket.
So twice I went straight for the stronger move. Let's see if he shields this time. This time he didn't shield.
That's nice. He wants to preserve the Moonflux in case they have Dragonair.
Yeah.
The Shadow Dragonair doesn't have that great of a matchup against Empoleon compared to the regular.
So I actually tried to bait it kinda, so I have this healthy Munchlax to deal with it, but he smartly farmed me down.
Yeah.
And now we have kind of too much energy for Munchlax to deal with it. And just because it's Shadow, that's really helped him in this case, and he can win this matchup versus Munchlax way more easily, and then he's too healthy for to farm down, so I'm gonna have to throw a grass knot
Just throw
and
one
start
turn before.
shielding this annoying cheap charge moves.
Yeah, you're not in a great spot. And then they have launch last, which even though it's with cycle, not with league, but it's still gonna take this Crusader low enough to be.
Crusader is really good, but it's just maybe melodic, but other than melodic, it doesn't have like real strong target in endgame. So I knew it's gonna be a loss here, knowing what he had in the back, pretty much.
You really want to see what's in the back, so I like this shield. So, okay,
that didn't help this time.
Yeah, they're back to back. With a shield for info, but it wasn't enough. Okay, so Joao Victor successfully reset the bracket, which now looks like this. So yeah, this is the grand finals now.
So here in the reset, I first decided to switch Aurora's charge move back from Thunderbolt to a Rock fast move. I actually prefer, in most cases, not always, as you'll see, but in most cases, I prefer the Ancient Power here because it's just more flexible. If like Meteor Beam is often just an overkill.
Yeah, you're already solid. You already solidly win against Protoss with Ancient Power alone. You don't really need it. Nuke.
But it means that I'm completely walled by the water types, that Empoleon specifically. Alright, yeah, this is an okay beginning for sure. But
I guess you can win the Zero Shield with double.
You can see that I bring the cast form for the first time. Like, I really thought you're gonna bring Frostlass mostly. But also Mew is an option in the back. So kinda, I thought maybe let's get more creative and actually use the cast form. That's the first time I brought it in the entire tournament. And that's actually really good for me that he decides to come with Empoleon, because he's gonna shield or get half of his HP down. Yeah. So my own Empoleon is gonna be in a convenient spot.
Yeah, this parting gift is nice because you can.
Yeah, and that's amazing for me. Like, perfect alignment.
Definitely. Yeah, despite the move switches are gonna be quite heavy, but they are still non-stab.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like consistent new counter. You have to make sure you double shield whatever they throw at you. Normal cast from coming in touch.
It had better metas in the past, but in here just I mean, it's all just...
Okay, you actually pro. I think you win in any case, even if you just really
now, I decided to throw because I was one turn ahead, so there's no point not throwing.
Okay, fair. Okay, well done. So now we will see if Joao is more scared around Protoss and Mew. Maybe they will abuse of Mushbas and Dragonite and Empoleon now. And we'll
at this point of time, I decided that was a very nice showcase of Castform. That's going to be the last showcase of it.
Okay, thank you, Castform. Good job. Just go back to the bench.
Yeah, exactly. You have 100% win rate.
Game 2. Let's see if Joao Victor will adapt to counter to counter the potential Castform. I'm expecting Dragonair, or even Napoleon for sure, and then either Milotic or but they decide to stay in, so it's strange.
So I went with a more classic ABA approach in this game, which doesn't like most games are not this way, but this in here very straightforward double ice. So I think it's okay to shield. He only gets one fast move after this, so
yeah,
Shadow Ball does a ton, and actually gets a second shield.
Yeah,
and again, I think all right.
To survive for 1 HP and get a move off. It's definitely nice.
So Rose gonna hopefully can rock in the back, but yeah, that was kind of annoying.
Good catch. We can still win if they
now really got a better chance to win.
Yeah.
Because again, I have this. Now it's actually not the charge move that I want.
Yeah.
It's not gonna KO.
You have to keep minimum farm to
exactly.
Yeah.
And he did an amazing job here, and I thought I had it in my pocket, and he made an amazing catch that got him the win.
Was really crucial for him. So now we are 1-1. Let's go ahead. Okay, definitely it's gonna be having Napoleon in the back.
Yes, so that's a great feeling to start with, but as you saw last game, nothing here is sealed.
I guess Napoleon Milotic might be the back line.
Napoleon, and what is the third, you think?
Milotic, probably.
Milotic.
Or just they need to disadvance it for cast form, for a potential cast form, because now he's kind of scared of it, and but they also need to have 2 disadvances to
so I kind of got the Cresselia to take all the damage.
I might call Milotic because okay, so there were ABA to Aurorus. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, at this point of time, they don't know that I run engine power, so maybe I still run Thunderbolt, and then it's not that bad for Frostlass, I guess.
Yeah, you kind of have to shield at this point because it's still out of tackle range. This farm down is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he knew it's over, so he just gave up.
One charge move here, one body slam there. Of course, if they catch, the game is still open. But yeah, you also were kind of expecting the catch at the point after.
Yeah. I cannot let him catch all my moves, right?
Yeah, sometimes you're gonna eventually succeed in keeping your finger off the screen at the right moment.
Yeah, but you can see his precision. He's waiting even if I'm locked. If he can wait, he waits. Now I bait probably for the first time in this matchup after many times, and he reads it.
Yeah, that's disgusting because there is also some history at that point, right? Like there's some mind game and history going on after the first nuke. What is he gonna do? He's gonna nuke again.
So he reads very well. And yeah, I just decided to give him minimal farming here. And now he has like 2 tackles advantage. So unless he double baits, I think I should be good in this particular matchup.
I think he's gonna bait for sure at least once.
Yeah, but also in the 2-shot it's not that convenient because the fast move actually...
Yeah, straight body slam is gonna do almost enough. Yeah, the problem is that... Okay, so at this point, I guess you can let the Napoleon go. Okay, or you can shield.
That was a very debatable moment, but... Yeah, he is too healthy. I don't think I can farm him down before he... Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point...
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was purposely, I tried to not to give him extra...
farm to much, but they already had
and he double baited and got to the balls. But I think that...
Yeah, I think your win condition was just stop tapping with Cresselia as you were doing in order to do one more extra waterfall. So I don't know how many waterfall the Napoleon had stored already, but if it was still far from the move, you could have just made one extra waterfall with your own Napoleon in order to win CMP's high against the Moonlight.
Yeah, you're right. I think I was 2 or 1 short. I'm not sure.
You were 1 short, so that extra waterfall would have given you the win. But also understand that it's easy for me just speaking as I watch. Of course, it's much easier. But during the grand finals against a fantastic player, it's
also like the 8th game that we played in a row.
Yes, also the mental strength to be 100% focused, start to pay down.
So now it really comes to the very decisive matchup. I'm kind of frustrated that I threw the second game, and I was really afraid I'm going to lose this one. But as you know, that's not the case. So yeah, I decided to go zeros, and the Munchlack is really okay for me. I just need to preserve alignment so I can
potentially trying to win the lead.
Oros now has ancient power, so he can deal with Frostless now.
Yeah.
No.
But you need to keep Auroras away from Napoleon.
Yeah, exactly. So, not a good start with this shield down and actually baiting out the Dragonair.
That lets it go, which is interesting.
So if he has Empoleon, kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Right? But
okay, but you have still decent energy.
Yeah, I still felt now that it's very narrow, but if he gambles that I have Munchlacks, maybe he will let this one go.
He tries to catch. Yeah, that's it.
Now this failed catch is my win con.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If it tries to catch, you have to preserve the move.
Now I go just for fun for the engine power.
Oh, no move. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, of course it's not needed. Well, it's the last game, so I thought, why not?
You saved the shield, so
yeah.
You have to throw the grass now. It's gonna be just enough, because actually it's gonna be fainting just by very, very few HPs.
So I actually think that this catch was, maybe if he didn't try to catch he could have won this one, but
yeah, it wasn't really needed, to be fair. He tried a great play, but yeah, wasn't really needed. But congrats to Mrmccalvin for the sweep. So now we can admire the final. So just let's deselect team and the videos. Now we can admire the final table. So after placing within the top 8 from the first phase, after winning against Tartavia and Joao Victor, Asper Celta, losing again to Joao Victor during the finals, and winning the grand finals after the bracket got reset against Joao Victor again. So after how many games? 2 games from the first round, plus 4 more, plus 5 more. That's gonna be a huge amount of games and stress and sweat, but it was all worth it after this $150 prize. It was definitely worth it.
Yeah, it was super fun. So thanks again for hosting the tournament. And I really enjoy such, like, the meta was really cool. Like, at first sight, you just see a random list of 35 months, but when you learn it, it's very balanced, very interesting. I know the certain monsters are obviously more common as always, but it's still like, it wasn't an RPS crap like we have in other metas sometimes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I appreciate that you liked it, as many other players told us that Metropolis meta was really cool. You never faced in the second phase people running Gyarados or Lapras, but also those are very nice. Gyarados especially was one of my favorites for this meta.
Another one that looks kind of cool on paper is Oranguru.
Yeah,
I wish it had.
I was gonna mention it. It looks nice. It resists leak, and
wish it was a little faster with charge moves, and then it could really rock in here. And maybe even Quillfish. I mean, it's kind of too squishy, so
yeah. It's
not really reliable against Empoleon, but it still has decent typing and moves in this meta.
Yeah, the fun fact is that Dudanius89 and I devised the meta in like one night. It was really fun. So just a whitelist meta with some picks that we already know from previous Show 6 Cup, like the Architect Cup, for example. We already knew that Gyarados, Frostlass, or Empoleon from Glacial, Munchlax from Architect, Milotic from Glacial from Architect, all those Pokemon are guaranteed to be good safe swaps in any meta they are allowed. And so yeah, we really had fun in devising this meta, this fight. It's quite narrow, because it was 39, like 43, I think, if I counted well, 43 Pokemon. But yeah, the teams were still quite different, despite the core meta was clearly Empoleon, Frostlass, Munchlax. But the other 3 Pokemon in the team used to change quite a lot. So yeah, I really like that meta personally, and congrats again for the win, my friends. It's always a pleasure to host tournaments with the best players attending and taking part to this. So thank you.
I also want to thank my opponents that we had great plays. I'm really looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, thanks again. And so thank you guys, thank you everyone for following until here, after more than 1 hour of video. Just not forget to come in our server and to follow our Twitter account, our community, SBT Silk. So thanks everyone, and see you next time. Bye bye.